Okay, just one quick comment though about this top 25. This thing's a joke, man.
Welcome into Tiger Square where the guys try and sound smart and talk about college football. I apologize in advance.
Hey, good Thursday morning. Welcome to Tiger Squared, Thursday preview show and Robert's Bowl predictions. This is your boy Shane. We got Jason up there in Alaska. And how this works, first of all, thank you for sharing, commenting, and we appreciate you guys allowing us to do this and have a little fun as two idiots talk about college football that really try to talk about college football. But how this works is we're going to preview. We're probably going to talk a little bit about the college football rankings that just came out. Any surprises there, and then we're going to get into our preview show, and then we'll have a bowl prediction. But Jason, I know the rankings just kind of dropped not too long ago. I'm just going to read those off. No surprise, really. Ohio State, number one, Indiana right behind them, A&M, Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss. So you follow that up with four SEC teams, and then you got BYU and Texas Tech that are playing each other this week. And then, as always, there's Notre Dame getting in there, and then you round out the top 12 with two SEC teams. Texas and Oklahoma. But the reality of that is the ACC champ looks like they're not going to be ranked in the top 12. So given the fact that they're going to be outside of the top 12 but win their conference, and they will take one of those spots away, the 11th or 12th spot. If Oklahoma or Texas have any ambitions of staying in that playoff, they're going to have some help from up above and some of those teams losing. And we'll see what happens. But as always, I'm going to let Jason start out with his preview for his first game. Jason, the floor is all yours.
Thank you. Okay, just one quick comment though about this top 25. This thing's a joke, man. I don't even hardly look at these anymore. I guess you kind of have to. We have to because we're a podcast. But I mean, if you go to sites like Josh Pate and he does his power rankings, and I mean, for example, all right, how is Texas 13 in the country? I mean, even the eyeball test tells you they're not good. And they're ranked above Georgia Tech, who's one loss, who has looked phenomenal all season, except for the one game last week. They're undefeated in conference play. And you've got Tennessee with three losses still in the top 25. I'm not going on. We're keeping it short tonight, Shane. It's late for you and me. But the AP poll is a farce. Uh, but we do have of um, a group of five. Memphis, Tulane will be playing Memphis, my hometown. They're Tulane. Memphis is a 6.5 point favorite over under 55 and a half. In the American Conference, you got no unbeaten teams. Uh, Tulane hasn't been overly impressive this year. Memphis has. They unfortunately had a loss against UAB or some school that you just really didn't think that they should have lost to. But that's college football 2025 this year. I'm leaning Memphis, Shane. Leaning Memphis not only to win but to also cover the spread. And here's to me the biggest stat that stands out. Memphis has converted on 38 of 39 trips to the red zone. Of those 38 conversions, Shane, 32 were touchdowns. Tulane's penalized more than Memphis. Tulane's also been effective in the red zone. Unfortunately, when they get into the red zone, they kick field goals. Memphis scores touchdowns. That's the difference in the game.
Gotcha. I'll trust your viewpoint on that. Don't disagree. My first game that I'm going to talk about really is a big one for both of these teams, but it's Oregon at Iowa. And Oregon coming into Iowa with one of the top ranked offenses in the country going against Iowa, who's got the second best defense in the country. So I think that's going to be an interesting matchup. Oregon's favored by 6.5 points, and the over-under's at 41.5. So, and traditionally, both of these schools score a lot of points, but I just think that 31 points a game.
Iowa?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And they're only giving up 13 points. But both of the defenses are good. So I think this is going to be a classic Kentucky Auburn game where
3-0.
3-0 going in. I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game. It's at Iowa. I think that Oregon still wins to keep their playoff hopes alive. They're obviously in the top 10, but I think that it's only a 3 or 4 point game, and maybe a last second field goal or a last minute field goal from Oregon. But these teams are matched up pretty closely, and Oregon, they need to win out in order for them to make playoffs, and so they got to have this one. Iowa has a chance; they can win out too and make the playoffs because they are ranked in the top 20 right now, so they can start climbing the polls. But I do think Oregon wins by 3.
Okay, I think Oregon does win. I would probably take more than that. But if you're going to bet anything, bet unders on rushing yards and things like that. Iowa does play really good defense. Always has for the last 10, whatever years, or whatever that coach has been over there. That's his bread and butter over there. All right. Well, we're going to come to the highest ranked match of the weekend. We've got the undefeated BYU. Who called that? The one thing I got right so far this season. Uh, Against the Texas Tech Raiders. Texas Tech is 9.5 point favorite. Over and under sitting at 52.5. Shane, it is well documented that I have been high on BYU. I've called their wins all season long. Unfortunately, I think this is where the wins stop this weekend. I think Texas Tech is good. They're not good. They're playoff good. Not only are they playoff good, they're playoff winnable good. Uh, this is a dangerous team. That oil money in Texas is permeating through this team. They seem to be clicking. Yeah, they had a faux pas uh, on that one game, but I'll give them talking to the college football 2025 this year. I do think BYU is tough. They hold Texas Tech to under their offensive production that they're used to. BYU is going to be scrappy throughout it. I don't think Texas Tech puts them down on the mat. I don't see Texas Tech covering that 9.5, which when we first did this, Shane, is climbing to 10.5. So if you can find 10 or anything over 10 with Texas Tech, I would take BYU with the covering that spread for sure. Uh, I like Texas Tech. I like BYU to cover the spread. This is going to be a fun game. I am going to watch it because of YouTube and no ESPN. Thank you, Disney. Shane?
Yeah, Mickey Mouse sucks.
They do. Like, how much more money do you want?
Yeah. I mean, maybe we can formulate a buyout or something. I'm not sure.
We ain't got that
So,
kind of money, buddy. We can't even afford microphones.
right. Well, ones that work. So,
Why does that work?
I do think this is going to be one of the more entertaining games of the weekend.
It will be.
And yeah, I'll be watching that as well. I think Texas Tech wins and BYU covers does not. Yeah, they cover the 10.5. So I think it's maybe a touchdown or something like that when the game's all said and
Yes.
done.
hmm
Yeah, so I agree with you 1,000%. So Texas A&M at Missouri. Texas A&M, the line started at 6.5. It's down to 4.5 now. So they're at Missouri. Missouri already has the 2 losses. As far as offensive production, Missouri's averaging 35.4 points per game. Texas A&M 37.8. Total yards are 460 and 472. So on paper, they're very matched up. But Texas A&M is just a better team.
Yeah,
Missouri
completely.
doesn't play in the big games well. We've already seen that. I mean, they almost let Auburn beat them. So, I think A&M, they both coming off bye weeks. So they should come in there a little refreshed. And A&M has their highest ranking since the college football playoffs rankings have come out at number 3. And I think that A&M is going to, see that they're highly ranked, and they know that they really can't afford to lose any game. Although other than the SEC championship that they'll probably play against Alabama, they only play Texas, but that is at Texas at the end of the year. So they got to win this game and kind of get through the schedule in case they do have a choke up against Texas. And who knows what's going to happen. And, if I'm A&M, what I'm looking at is, okay, we got to win this one because let's say we get beat by Texas because they're going to be probably playing to keep their playoff hopes alive at the last game of the year. And then we turn around the following week and we'll play in the SEC championship game. And if we lose that one too, then we won't be in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about it. If they lost tomorrow, or if they lose Saturday, and they lose against Texas, and they get the chance to play in the SEC championship game and lose, that's 3. But if they only lose to Texas, and then they end up losing, because Texas, if they don't have a loss between now and then, Texas would jump ahead of A&M after they lose in the SEC championship game. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
And that would
Oh,
knock
there's
Texas.
still a lot. There's still a lot of football to be played, and everybody's susceptible. Second Georgia for some reason. Who knows?
Yeah. So my prediction here is the over/under is at 47.5. I do think it's going to be a high-scoring game. So I would take the over on that. But I think that A&M wins by, let's call it 9.
Okay.
On the road at Missouri.
Texas A&M by 9. I
Yeah.
can see that. I wouldn't touch that game. I like A&M. I've been saying for a while now that, like you, I think they're the most complete team in the SEC, maybe outside of Alabama. They're just good. But we'll
Right.
see. That's probably a death sentence that I just said that for you. All right, Shane, I'm going to get into the LSU Bama game. When I started doing some homework on this, my phone started glitching. I started getting nauseated in my stomach. I wanted to throw up. I have no prediction on this game other than the fact that Bama is going to manhandle LSU. It's going to be embarrassing. It's going to be bad. Ty Simpson's going to throw for season high averages, touchdowns, rushing yards, Heisman Trophy, highlight film. I don't even want to talk about this game, Shane. And Bama, you know how my feelings towards Bama. I think we're going to get skull dragged. I think it's going to be embarrassing, and I really don't want to watch this game, but I have to because I'm an LSU fan. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about this game.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
9.5 is generous.
9.5 is generous. Yeah, maybe the governor comes and coaches that game for LSU on the sidelines.
Donald Trump, since he'll be picking our next coach.
Yeah, exactly. But they did take the interim tag off of your athletic director.
Yes,
So-
we got an AD, and that was announced earlier today or something like late last night. But yeah, all right. So step one, but that isn't going to save us from this weekend.
It's not. Yeah, Bama's good. I thought they were going to have the choke up game, and they really haven't. The South Carolina a
They
little
look
bit,
good.
but they look good. So probably Bama and A&M in the SEC championship game. So yeah, exactly. So all right, I had to throw our teams in there this week. But Auburn at Vandy. Vandy's got a lot to play for. They only fell to 16th in the rankings. They have to win out. They have to have some help to get back into the playoff hunt because they're actually going to have to be ranked 10th or higher. So they're going to have to jump six points in the ranking system in order for them to make the playoffs. And they're at home. You know, the only reason Auburn has a slight chance is because, you know, Durgan has come out and said that they're going to get really aggressive with the play calling, which is something that we really haven't done offensively wise. And I think Auburn will come out in the first half with Hugh Freeze being fired. They're going to put some points on the board. The defense is going to play lights out like they always do. And, you know, if Auburn can keep Vandy under 21 points, there is a chance there. Vandy's favored by 5.5 points. But I think ultimately Diego Pavia just kind of wills his team to win. They almost came back and won that game last week. They're at home. Their crowd knows what's at stake against Auburn. I think the Auburn family and the Auburn players and the, you know, Durgan trying to prove himself give it a valiant effort. But I'm going to say that Auburn covers the spread. I think Vandy wins by 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, when a coach is fired, who knows what that team looks like? You know, they fall apart, they rally around the new era coach. Those games, I don't even like trying to predict those. I will say that I do think Vandy wins. You're right; they have everything to play for.
Right.
All right.
All right.
Predictions.
Bold prediction for this weekend or upcoming.
Season. They're not limited to a weekend. It's just kind of whatever we decide. Basically, it's whatever we decide. There's no formula to this, guys.
All right. I think that my Robert's bold prediction of the week is no coaches get no.
Oh my God, no.
But out of the 4 SEC teams that are vacant in head coaching position, one of those teams, 1 out of the 4, will name a successor before the season's over with.
Before
Meaning,
the last week of college football.
Yeah.
Okay. Before the Army Navy game.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think that's. Yeah, you might have been at 2 or 3, or at least 2. All right. Yeah, I can get down with that. Uh, Jason's Roberts bold prediction, and this has to do for this weekend. It has to do with my LSU Tigers. My bold prediction is that LSU will score more than 10 points this weekend. It might be 12, it might be 13, but we're going to score more than 10 points. And that is a very, very bold prediction. That's so sad. We had a returning 5-year starter, freaks on the outside. It was supposed to be our year, and here I am, bold prediction, 10 points. Jesus Christ.
And this may be the weekend, you know, that Auburn gives up more than 24 points as well on defense because they haven't all year.
Vandy's good. Diego's he's got that Tim Tebow effect to him, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's Tim Tebow Jr.
Yes, he is.
Guys, we're going to wrap this up. We appreciate you guys watching Tiger Squared and the Thursday preview show and Robert's Bowl predictions. Please comment, like, and share. We will be following this up, recording on Sunday, coming out of the weekend, Sunday night, and drop this. Jason's got something to say.
Sorry, but before we cut out of here, did you go to YouTube? Did you check us out? We're on YouTube now.
That's right. We are on YouTube.
We made our YouTube debut last week, or this week.
We're gonna figure out. Hey, we're on TikTok too.
Oh,
we're gonna figure Yeah.
I don't even know. We're so sad.
We're, we're gonna figure out how to put that like up on the screen here. Jason's gonna figure all that out for us, and you got maybe even something eventually where you can just click on it like a link or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna.
the link below. What don't they always say? Click the link below or something like that. Yeah, whatever.
We're just like you Freeze used to say. We're so close. We're just so close. I just need y'all to be patient because we're really close.
We're getting it. We're on YouTube now. We're on multi-platform streaming
Man,
service.
yes, we are.
I'm sorry, Rob.
YouTube,
I close it. I had to put that in there.
YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. How about
Wow.
them apples?
How about them
Yeah,
apples? Who thought?
yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We're out of here. Peace out.
Wow.